Lambert from the Pine Bluff Police Department indicates that on November the 10th of this year, in the morning hours approaching noon, officers were dispatched to a location here in the city of Pine Bluff in response to a call of a man being down and unresponsive. When they arrived, they entered a residence and were met by several family members who indicated that the victim, who was identified as Antonio Jenkins, was unresponsive, lying on the couch. The medical examiner, the coroner was called and ultimately pronounced Mr. Jenkins dead. Officers began an investigation and worked backwards to the early morning hours of that same morning when it was discovered that there had been a party at the old Greyhound bus station here in the city of Pine Bluff. At that party, it is alleged by witnesses that Mr. Burton, who stands before the court, got into a physical altercation with Mr. Jenkins. Apparently, through the investigation, it was discovered that there had been an ongoing dispute between the two for quite some time. During that altercation, Mr. Burton struck Mr. Jenkins in the head at least one time, perhaps more, and Mr. Jenkins had lost consciousness. Ultimately, Mr. Jenkins' brother took him to the location where his body was found, and a medical examiner report indicated that the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Mr. Burton was taken into custody after being read his Miranda rights. He informed officers that it appears from the statement, he rather gleefully indicated that yes, he knocked the person out, Mr. Jenkins, but he did not realize that ultimately struck the blow that he killed him. When he was contacted by another individual prior to the police contacting him, he rather eloquently said, yes, I knocked your punk-ass brother out, and when I see you, I'm going to knock you out also. Mr. Burton, at this point, we're asking the court to find felony probable cause for second-degree murder. Mr. Burton has stood trial before for a homicide charge on manslaughter. He was found guilty by a jury of negligent homicide in that case. He had an active failure to appear warrant out of Pine Bluff District Court at the time he was taken into custody. I've been asked by the elected prosecutor to request a bond of $100,000 secured.
Mr. Burton, the court is going to find probable cause to hold you in this matter. Will grant the state's request for a $100,000 secured bond. You have a return date back to this court on December 26th of this year at 9 a.m. You plan to hire an attorney to represent you in this matter?
May I make a second request? In light of the alleged threat to Desmond Jenkins, who's the brother of the deceased, we'd also ask for no contact order involving Mr. Jenkins and his family.
You're also ordered not to have any contact or communication with Mr. Jenkins or his family. You may return.